really hard to be the last speaker, so a round of applause, please. Yeah.
Thank you so much. How many of you already want to go home? I won't blame you. I know it's been a long day. Thank you for being honest. I know it has been a long day. I appreciate you all sticking around to the end. Give yourselves a round of applause. You guys made it to the end. I promise you this is the last one. Okay? All right. Pratik has already introduced me, and I'm going to go through a few key updates. With that, we will end the day. And Zoho One, I feel, is a perfect way to end the day for you. It's like a collaboration and a culmination of all the products that Zoho has. All right, Sangeeta Nath here for you, and let's begin. All right. Zoho One is evolving. Now, when we started Zoho One, it started as a bit of a promise. It started with a promise that you would not have to stitch together 10, 12 applications to run a single business process. It started with a promise that you will get enterprise value, but not the enterprise price tag. And today, 7 years down the line, we are still trying to fulfill every word of that promise. And staying true, it takes time, right? You all know it does take time, but we are definitely on the way to fulfilling everything we've told you. Now, Zoho One is definitely evolving, and I don't mean that it's growing in size, which it definitely is. I think in 2017, we started with 35 plus products, and today we stand somewhere at 55 plus. But that's not all I mean. I mean that Zoho One is evolving and maturing into a very unified operating system for your business, where the unification is what today with most of the features we will be talking about. Now, let's take a small look back, just one step back into how we started. Of course, everything started with integrations. There are still processes that go across as integrations, but integrations for a while, they work. And when then processes improve, processes become more complex, and you keep adding more and more integrations to different layers of products, it kind of can feel like a patchwork. We all can agree on that. What we are trying to lead you towards is more of a unification, which is something of a continuous process and definitely is impossible without disparate applications. I misspoke, with disparate applications. So this is where the experience of Zoho One is going to lead towards unification more and more with every passing year. So let's talk about today. What am I here to provide to you? It's not just a set of features, but something of a value that we can give back to you for all the trust, the patience, and the hard work you all put in for the product and where we are here today. So the first value is smarter work. Everything, especially, we are making our admins' lives easier. Admins are the silent superheroes, and we don't appreciate them enough. How many admins in the house? Yes, all in the front rows. All right. So something of a reduction of more of manual work. All right. So we'll make them smarter. Then we will be looking at tighter security, because better governance and better control in terms of what admins can do for their users and their organizations. We will make some things easier, because Zoho One can get a bit complex as and when it grows. So a bit of easier management for you all, and definitely it all will lead towards a seamless collaboration, which is what the entire point is. All right. So with that, in the upcoming quarter, sometime after August, a few of these features are already in early access. So after we finish the slide, I'm going to share a QR code. You guys can have an early peek at what all the features we are going to talk about, because we won't be able to talk about everything today. We'll give a sneak peek. So the third quarter is where the Zoho 25 release is going to happen. A lot of automation and a lot of smarter work. All right. So I have gone ahead and segregated our talk today in 4 themes. Let's do away with agendas. We'll do themes. So the first two themes are very, very admin-centric. So smarter access with a tighter control for you. You will have more access for better governance and a better and a much better admin experience. The last two will more be for end users. Definitely, admins are always going to be there, but we would also like our end users, you all, to have a better experience with the product itself. So a unified experience for the end users and a smarter and a more connected platform right at the end. All right, let's dig deeper into the first theme, which is smarter access and tighter control. And the focus, we will keep it on identity, security, and provisioning. The first one is smart groups. Now, I had this question asked to me today in the booth. I don't know if that gentleman is here. He came and told me that our poor admin has to every time create new groups every time someone joins and every time someone changes role. Now, no more of that. We are bringing in the concept of smart groups. Now, what it does, it removes manual intervention to create multiple user groups. Now, your admin will have to just set up rules, roles, and permissions once for your existing users, and they will follow. Based on department, location, and role, they will follow for your future employees. Let's say a marketer needs to be added to these 5 groups by the end of this quarter or starting from now. So every time a person in Zoho People is mapped to the marketing department, that person, that employee, will automatically be added based on these smart rules that the admin would have set up already for existing users. So it's kind of future-proofing your business even for your future employees that have not onboarded just yet. Just a bit of a snapshot on how, from the admin's perspective, this will look. We have different kind of groups already, but the last one is a smart group. You click on that and it kind of automates your processes of what you do manually on a daily basis. All right, a little bit connected to what smart groups is, conditional assignment and conditional access. Very simply put, it is how and when a user should be able to access their account. We have improved this process. This process already existed, our admins will know. Now you can automate conditional assignment and conditional access based on your roles for new as well as existing features. So just like your smart groups, this is something very similar, and it solves your repetitive onboarding delays and inconsistency. Okay, I got missed adding to this group. This kind of role or permission is needed for me. I suddenly don't have it. So you tend to make all of those inconsistencies consistent. And let's say I want my marketer who wants to look at support tickets just to understand how the market is reacting or what kind of questions they are asking. So let's say this particular marketer gets access to the Zoho Desk portal, a view access, on Mondays and Wednesdays of every week, only from the office location and only from their own laptops. So this kind of assignment and access based on certain days of the week, locations, and devices is what you can now do, and you can automate that process also. All right. Now, how many of you here already use the OneAuth application to sign into your? That's a good number. It's one of the applications that's my favorite, because when you're traveling, it's something that just makes your life simpler. Now, we have a few more custom and secure authentication modes for you this year. Now, it enables you to decide, of course, you already know which of your users must use which authentication mode to sign in. We have something called a social login, where you can, of course, let's say, use your Gmail to securely, the keyword is securely, log in to your Zoho account. You can use QR codes, you can use passwords, which are as you enter a password, you enter the account. You can use 2 types of OTPs, SMS-based OTPs and email-based OTPs. And then you can also use third-party authenticator apps like Google Authenticator or anything else if you would like to use. All right, so these are the new authentication modes. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have a field sales agent who has no internet on all day, but he still needs access to the accounts. He still needs to check in. He still needs to put in leads. So you can use something like an SMS-based OTP and set that permission. The admin would be able to set that permission based on roles and designation and location, just like you could have done for the smart groups. All right, one more screenshot of how it's going to look. A password, you can go with password or you can go with passwordless, where you have Google Auth, YubiKey, SMS, and all sorts of login options for you. Your admin can make that decision and he can set it up for you. All right. Remote authentication dial-in user service. Let's call it Radius. I know it's a mouthful. Now, it simply put, it authenticates your Wi-Fi network. Of course, you need secure network to log in to your account. So the Radius server validates a user before they can log in and grants access to a network. Let's say you are traveling. Let's say we are all traveling and using a hotel Wi-Fi, right, to log in. Now, Radius at the back end will authenticate that Wi-Fi network and will keep the access of the network in your account safe and secure. It does a AAA function. It authenticates, it authorizes, and it gives accounts to the person who's trying to log in while solving disconnected network and identity management. All right. Moving on to the second theme, better governance and admin experience, with a focus on better visibility for the admin of everything that's going on and better management and cleanup. All right, audit logs. This is something a lot of you have been, this has been a feature that has been requested a lot. So audit logs, you all know, I'm not going to go into what it is, but now we are giving admins access and control to audit logs. You have filterable options, you have searchable options, you have bulk log user deletion options, and you can group options based on dates. There are different filters out there. So it contains everything in depth to what you need, and audit logs will be given to the admins from now on, wherein the troubleshooting definitely would be made easy. All this while, admins were contacting Zoho for an information like this. Now, smart and customizable offboarding. Now, imagine that you need to remove a user from, let's say, either an application or even the organization. So all of this while, you could delete the person, you would have to call us, right? But now, what have we done is, the admin will now be able to transfer ownership of that application. Let's say user A was using 7 applications. You can transfer the entire ownership of those applications to user B if you've already hired someone. You can control and transfer ownership of entire departments. Let's say your lead leaves. You can transfer the ownership of entire department to the person second in charge. Now, let's say there is a gap between when the person leaves and when the new person comes up. You can now transfer and store data. The admins can do that now before giving it to someone else. And managing user accounts across Zoho services. So offboarding now is not just deleting a user. You can do it while saving the data and also transferring it across your department wherever it's needed. Again, a little bit of how the UI might look like. There are two options there: delete the user from Zoho One or delete the user entirely. So this kind of customization would also be useful for you if, let's say, you only want to delete the user from the Zoho One application or from your entire org. All right, admin panel notifications. Again, all of this while admins had to go through each application to look for notifications or to get timely updates. Now we have centralized all of that. You will get admin panel notifications right in your admin panel. You can choose to customize them however you want. Now you won't have to dig through applications looking at, okay, which application did what. You will get everything right on your command center in your admin panel as notifications, improving your response time and everything that was giving you sleepless nights. So admin panel notifications. With that, we will move on to the user end of our updates. We will run through these and I shall finish it in another 5 minutes. All right? Okay. So focus on usability, personalization, and end user experience. Customer portal. Now, a lot of our products support customer portals. Now in Zoho One, what we are doing is we are unifying these customer portals into one place. Now you have like an exclusive space where you can harbor all your customer portals. Let's say you have quite a few. Let's say you run a business that runs on that 50 plus, and that entire customer portal is going to be customizable based on how you would want it to look like. It would be searchable and you would have all information right in your admin panel. You don't have to log into that particular application and you don't have to go through to the customer portal anymore. It will be available all unified from all applications in your Zoho One dashboard as an admin. This is another screenshot of how it will look like. It will be customizable to quite an extent. The team is working a little bit more on this to give you more customization options. All right. Now, specifically for end users, now imagine every time you change a phone number, you update an address, or you want to add another phone number, you go ping your admin. The admin has enough work already. All right. So what you do is, in order to make their life and your lives easier, we have like a central menu now, which even an end user gets. You might have limited access, but you will still have access to customize all your personal settings and everything that's under it. Let's say you change your phone number, you have a better service control. You have unified visibility of the kind of access, what kind of apps you have access to, what's the roles and permissions, what kind of integrations as a marketer or as a support rep do I use. So all of this and much more customizable and personalizable personal settings menu for the end users. All right. There is an existing Zoho One mobile app which is very admin-centric, and I know you all will agree, and it can be better. I know you all will be agreeing to that too. Now, we are bringing in a more user-specific mobile app wherein your end users or even you could start the place from, it would be like a launcher app. You don't have to now go to look at your communications. You don't have to go to Zoho Mail, type the email, send it. You don't have to go to Zoho People and then sign in. You will have a lot of key functions in the mobile app itself, Zoho One user-centric mobile app. I think we are yet to name it. I'll let you know what we name it once we finish it, all right? So everything from one place, it would be like a starter to your day. You can do approvals in Zoho Expense and Management. You can run through reports quickly and look at everything in a dashboard particularly. So user-specific mobile applications. And the last theme, a smarter and a more connected platform focusing on simplifying ecosystem complexity. Now, unified integrations. It is no secret that Zoho One has multiple layers of integrations, and it could get a bit cumbersome at times to look through what integrations are working. What's not working? Is anything broken? Is there something else I can use? Now, all of these questions would be answered because you now again have a unified place, a portal, where you can look at all your integrations that exist in the Zoho ecosystem and third-party ecosystems. They are listed by applications. Take a look here. On the left, if you see, these are our applications, Desk, Team Inbox, Prints. So these are listed by applications. You click on them, and on the right, it will show you the list of integrations that's available, the ones that you are using, the ones you are not using, you can enable them. And if anything is not working, troubleshooting can be done from right here. Again, you don't have to go dig through applications anymore. I've kept the very asked feature for almost at the end. Now, unification of domain. Imagine unifying and verifying domains itself is a very cumbersome job in the first place. Now imagine your poor admins go through multiple times of the same process in multiple applications. You have to do it in CRM, you have to do it in mail, you have to do it in desk and people. No. We are now bringing in unification of domains right from your Zoho One admin panel. You verify it once, your SPF and DKIM records get verified, they get synced across all the applications you are currently using. And it works both ways. From Zoho One, of course, if you do it, it works across. Let's say if you do from CRM, right now only the DKIM records will sync, but the team is working on doing the entire process. But right now it does work both ways. Only in the second, let's say you do it in CRM, the DKIM records will be synced. The SPF, you still might have to do it manually. So the best thing is if you're using Zoho One, get it done from the admin panel in Zoho One. It will be synced to all your applications. This is how a screenshot would look. And with that, I think we can wind up. So we spoke about smarter access, tighter control, better governance and admin experience for the admins, unified experience for our end users, and a smarter, more connected platform. For us, it's not just about features that impress you. This time, we've really worked on something like experiences that might fulfill. We are excited for you to explore these. I'm going to share a QR code right after this. You guys can take a look. There is a page called an early access page. You guys can read more about all of these applications and the features that are there. There you go. There's a QR code there. And if by chance it does not capture, I do have the link there too. And with that, okay. All right, I'm ending the session here. Thank you so much for sticking right at the end. There is a short closing note, and with that, we will be done for the day. Thank you so much, guys. It was wonderful. Thank you.